Sold, 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 and on hold. We're outside the reserve this edition as the central bank announces it's staying the course on rates. But should we brace ourselves for July? Alan Oster, the NAB's chief economist, joins us with his best guess. Plus, we've got details on some very big sales in a very merry month of May and details of the Stonington estate that's going global. It's all ahead in the Kay and Burton report. Hello and welcome, I'm Tracy Atkins. Well, as I just mentioned, we are in the city of Melbourne this time, outside the Reserve Bank, where Governor Glenn Stevens has just announced the central bank will stay the course on interest rates. But the big question now is, what lies ahead? Will there be a rise at the July meeting? We've gone to one of the best in the business, NAB chief economist Alan Oster, with his view now on what lies ahead.
We think they're probably going to do 2 rate rises before Christmas. Timing, you don't know. Exactly depends on what the flow of the data is. But tentatively, we've put in a rate rise in July, and we put another one in about September. But I mean, either a month or so either way is probably possible. What
do you predict another rise will do for the property market?
I think it's going to continue to make people feel very nervous. We expect house prices to basically go sideways or down a little bit till the end of the year. Thereafter, I think you're basically probably looking at somewhere between 3 and 5% increase per annum. We don't see big increases going forward, but we don't see big crashes either, because outside of places like Brisbane, you need to think that Australia has 2 years undersupply of houses. So it's not as if we have an oversupply situation. So fundamentally it depends on people's confidence. They have the money, they're just sitting there feeling nervous, and so I think it's just going to take time.
I mean, last year was a ridiculous year. Some amazing things happened with property prices. Do you perceive that has been a blip and really it's a lot slower from here on?
I think it's a lot slower. When you look back at the Australian market, essentially I think the way you should think about it is Australians love property, and whatever they can borrow, they will, and they put it up against property. So to get a big increase from now on, you need either a big reduction in interest rates, which is unlikely, or big increases in wages. So I really see the norm now 3 to 5%. This idea of 20% increase in house prices, I think, is well and truly gone.
But all the uncertainty over interest rates doesn't seem to be deeply impacting the market as much as some would think. Latest data out from Australian Property Monitor shows that Melbourne's house price actually rose the median 1.1% in the 3 months to the end of April, and that the top 25% of the market led the way with a healthy 3% improvement. Certainly from Kay and Burton's point of view, it was a very, very old month of May. We delivered 47 sales with an average price of $2.1 million, and leading the way was our Brighton office. Here's Director Stuart Lopez.
We've had in the last 2 weeks or thereabouts 2 sales well in excess of $7 million. We've had a terrific few weeks, close to $40 million worth of sales in about 5 weeks or thereabouts. But Tracy, most of those sales really haven't seen the light of day. Most of them have been off market. Certainly there hasn't been an aggressive approach towards the auction system from our point of view, though.
Tell me about that, Stu. Different times?
Yeah, very different times, and we've adapted accordingly. And I think that unless you have an incredibly saleable property at a very fluid price point, it's difficult to invoke competition like it was in a rising market.
And just drilling down a little bit further from what Stuart was telling you, the particularly noteworthy results were at 70 Halifax Street in Brighton. We'd been quoting mid to low 7 range there. The vendor is very happy. And the other big sale was at 15 St Ninians Road in Brighton. Again, a figure north of $7 million. And we should also let you know that there are a couple of absolute monsters set to come up in the Brighton area very shortly. Keep your eyes peeled for those. Well, one of the most talked about developments in Melbourne in recent years has been that of the Stonington Mansion in Malvern. Now, this week we've launched the sales campaign for the Mansion Garden Apartments, which is a collection of stunning apartments sited adjacent to the mansion. At the helm of the project are the major international developers, the Everbright Group. Based out of China but with projects spanning the globe, the corporation has signalled its intent to deliver a new level of depth to the development market. Recently, we took our cameras to China to find out a little bit more about this corporation and its achievements to date. Now, this site is set over about 450,000 square metres, roughly about 45 hectares. And it really is highly desirable. Now, the temptation for some may have been to develop this heavily, but Everbright, in close consultation with environmental groups, decided to leave this very much in its original state. There is just this one quality development behind me of some apartments, and then over in the distance there's about 20 prestige homes, but the rest of this site has instead been landscaped and restored to create really what is just a beautiful mountain paradise. And you can watch the full story on the Everbright Group by visiting the Stonington Mansion website, which is www.stonington.com.au, where you can also find out more details about the sale of the Mansion Garden Apartments. Well, it's time now for Melbourne-style people and places. A look at some of our best new listings. Offering unprecedented access to the Aravira private back garden, this contemporary brand new residence delivers an unparalleled family lifestyle of the utmost style, sophistication and luxury. Set in a quiet riverfront pocket of Hawthorn, this exclusive family home provides expansive living and dining areas with polished concrete floors, vast balconies and terraces ideal for al fresco entertaining. There's a modern kitchen with smeg appliances and marble finishes, a main bedroom come parents' retreat with an ensuite and private lift access, and 3 additional bedrooms and luxurious designer bathrooms. A vast lower level rumpus with seamless access to the polished outdoor deck and back garden serves well as a private teenage retreat or a second living area. Other top features of this exquisite residence include a large double garage, separate laundry, reverse cycle and ducted heating and cooling, cellar and outdoor storage, as well as security with CCTV. Expressions of interest close Tuesday the 21st of June at 5 p.m. We're quoting in the range of $3.8 million plus, and the agents to contact are Sam Wilkinson and Scott Patterson. Situated in one of Chelsea's best beachfront locations, this impeccable home offers the ultimate in stylish waterfront living. Set over 2 levels, the home provides a multitude of living and entertaining options, accompanied by stunning, uninterrupted views of the bay and beyond. Featuring lavish sandstone tiling, bespoke timber cabinetry and top-quality appointments throughout, the home comprises an exclusive self-contained ground floor living zone complete with a kitchen and alfresco terrace, substantial main bedroom with spa ensuite, 3 additional bedrooms with robes, luxurious main kitchen with granite finishes and stainless steel appliances, exquisite living and dining rooms each with sweeping water vistas, a family home theatre, wet bar and multiple outdoor entertaining areas. Additional highlights include a double garage with workshop, additional room for off-street parking, as well as $5.3 million. Quote is $5.3 million plus. Gowan Stubbings and Tim Blackett can be contacted for more information.
Hi, welcome to Villa 9 at 7581 Grange Road. My name's Chris Alcock on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. The property we've got on offer at the moment is a 2-bedroom plus study villa unit in a boutique development with Paul Bengay Gardens, with pool and gym facility here as well. A fantastic property. Been very well received from the buyers, appreciating the quality of the build and the uniqueness of the style, which is a Mediterranean style property. Still available to inspect, so give me a call and we'll look forward to seeing you through the home.
And you can find full details on these homes and many of our other current listings in this week's weekly review and Saturday's Age Domain. And that is it for this special interest rate edition of the Kay and Burton Report, brought to you from outside the Reserve Bank. I'm Tracy Atkins. See you next time.